Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Goku and the God of Death, Noah, had merged completely, and the power that Son Goku's body released was amazing. However, it was not enough to end Sorat's life at this moment, but it was enough to rescue the good friend Vegeta and escape from the place. At that moment, Goku had finished increasing all of his power. Goku's silver eyes could be observed, but his look imposed respect. You have increased your power in an amazing way, but that'll not be enough to face me, since after all, he is still a simple mortal. Goku, without saying a single word, at an astonishing speed had launched himself against Sorat, who, despite having his guard up, was not able to dodge a great blow that the Saiyan had connected. Goku would observe Vegeta and stretch one of his hands, causing a golden light to enter his body, and in the same way, all of his sea of energy began to recover quickly. At that moment, Sorat, furious, would recover from the blow, and at a great speed, he would throw himself against Goku, who on this occasion was able to dodge most of his blows. However, Sorat would connect a great blow to the face of the Saiyan, which would make him fall to the ground very badly hurt, because even his body was not used to his new power. We're not able to defeat him for now, so you better use all your power to knock him out or send him away so you'll be able to escape. I understand. Thank you for your advice, Noah. Goku and Sorat at that moment began to exchange blows in an amazing way. However, at that precise moment, an even greater power would be able to be felt in the 18 universes. That's right, at that moment, the incredible power of Akumo would be felt, and likewise a power by his side. Both Guardians had been able to cause a little damage to Akumo. However, Akumo being a Supreme Saiyan, his battle experience was thousands of times greater than that of both Guardians. However, at that precise moment, both had merged with the King of Everything, Zeno-sama, forming the true King of Everything. That's right, Zeno-sama in his combat form was a prodigy, but millions of years ago, he decided to divide his great power in 3 portions. But at the moment of joining, his power was completed to 100%. At that moment, and a great light would be observed to Zeno-sama. Akumo, this time I'll end your life with my fists. I'll not let you wreak havoc throughout the 18 universes again, and I'll end you and every rebel god. I want to see if you could do that. It'll be impossible for you to finish with each one of us, since our power has surpassed your power by dozens of times. I want you to prove that to me, since you have never faced my form of combat. I never knew that the great Zeno-sama had a combat form. The power you feel is incredible, but I'm not sure if it'll be able to end Akumo's life. At that moment, both deities began to have an overwhelming battle, which would be felt by each one of the 18 universes, even surpassing Goku and Sorat, who were also fighting in the same way. Well, I don't know who it is, but someone has been able to make Akumo use 40% of all his power. That's a beastly thing to do. Is that only 40% of his full power? I can't believe it! Goku at that moment would notice how all his power began to diminish significantly, but as the battle went on, it would become much more noticeable. I don't have to think about the damage to my body. I have to be able to leave this place. At that moment, Goku would begin to release an astonishing power, leaving Sorat very surprised, since he did not know that the Saiyan had all that power left. Meanwhile, with Vegeta, he had recovered completely. Kakarot's power is incredible, but his essence is pure evil. Apparently he has accepted to be the new God of Death. I don't know if that's good or bad. Goku has continued to increase his power to the maximum. Even this time, Sorat was very surprised. At that moment, Goku would be able to activate the Kaioken increased to 5 times. And this was already a barbarity, because he still didn't control the power of Noah. At that moment, Goku, without letting him react, Sorat would not be able to do anything this time, but Goku was suffering all the secondary damages of the Kaioken, so each one of his bones were breaking and large amounts of blood were falling to the ground. Goku, it's time you won't be able to master that power for 1 more minute. Then take this! Damn it! Dragon God, attack! At that moment, a great attack of a dark color would come down, hitting Sorat quickly, and in the same way, thousands of rays began to tear every part of his body. Goku at that moment at an amazing speed would take Vegeta and they would leave to another universe. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, the battle seemed even, but the words said by Sora were true, because Akuma would increase his power to 50%, being able to dodge every blow that the King of Everything directed at him. At that moment, a shiver had run through his entire body of Daishinkan-sama. This can't be happening. The power of that being's incredible. Even his power is so much as to being able to dodge the great Zeno-sama. This will be the end of us. At that moment, Zeno-sama had received a great blow, being sent flying to his palace. But the blow of that power was incredible, making him go a few more meters. Daishinkan at that moment would communicate telepathically with Goku. Mr. Goku, Mr. Vegeta, you're the hope of all these universes. I trust you. I taught you everything I know, and you only need to perfect it. Goku and Vegeta had received the communication from their master. Don't worry, Daishinkan. We'll be able to finish with every god that's returned to life, and in the same way, everything will return to normal with the Super Dragon Balls. I count on you, my disciples. At that moment, Daishinkan in the same way, with his last energies, had launched himself against that guy, who without any effort was able to end the life of those who were considered the most powerful beings of all the universes. Meanwhile, returning to Universe 7, Sora had been badly injured by such an incredible attack. Cursed mortal, I swear I'll finish with your pathetic life. I'll leave no trace of you. You're nothing more than a simple worm in comparison to me. However, at that moment, Akuma had summoned the other gods in the meeting to the place of Zeno-sama. At that moment, all 4 other supreme gods would attend. My brothers, after millions of years, we've come back to life. And now that I have ended the life of that wretched King of Everything, from now on, this place will be called the Planet of Akuma. Understood, but from what I understand, a Saiyan named Son Goku is a potential danger. Neen's right. The power that Saiyan possesses is incredible for his young age, so we'd better hunt him down and finish him off once and for all. Understood. Then that'll be it. I want you to look for that Saiyan and bring him to me. I'll personally take care of ending his life. Meanwhile, in each of the 12 universes, rumors among the gods and angels were spreading rapidly as they felt those gigantic powers. However, at that moment, the silhouette of the mighty god Akuma would be present in all the universes. Gods and angels, from now on I'll be the new king of everything. The gods and angels who were on my side must present themselves in 3 hours here in my palace, while those who don't attend will be completely annihilated. All the gods and angels did not know what to do, because if they refused, they would be annihilated quickly. However, at that moment, the god Vermouth, which was the most powerful god among the 12 gods, would organize an emergency meeting, invoking each of the gods. After 30 minutes, all the gods were gathered. So this is an emergency meeting, because we don't know what'll happen to us in the future, so we must be prepared for any situation. But they won't do any good, since the power of that god wasn't able to defeat Daishinkan-sama, and Zeno-sama won't be able to do anything against him. No matter what happens, I'll not be part of this massacre, since that being only expels an incredible negative energy, implying that he has ended the lives of millions of living beings. At that moment, a great dark energy would end the life of Liquor, who had been the first god to rebel. That's right, Akuma had so much power that he could release his negative energy whenever he wanted. Does anyone else want to rebel? Otherwise, I'll leave now. At that moment, all the other gods had been invaded by an incredible terror, because they knew that even if they unite among all the gods and angels, they didn't have the power to end the life of that being. Meanwhile, in a totally different place, Goku and Vegeta had arrived, and they were very badly injured. But even the most affected was Goku, since his whole body began to feel the wear of the Kaioken, even returning to his base state after some years, since Goku had taken his base state, the Ultra Intense, to better dominate the wear of the energy, but the Kaioken was an overload for his body. Kakarot, rest and recover, I'll take care of this now. Vegeta at that moment was watching all around where they were. Meanwhile, inside Goku, Noah in the same way was helping with the recovery of Goku's body, so that would be much more efficient and faster, and also having a better Zenkai. After a few days, Vegeta had explored the entire planet, realizing that they were the only inhabitants of that planet. At that time, Goku would also wake up and access the Ultra Instinct, but the power that he gave off this time was much greater. At that moment, Vegeta would quickly throw a large sphere of energy to the sky, forming an energy field so that they would not feel his powers, but his barrier was cracking with every second. At that moment, Goku would decrease his power a little more, being able to stabilize it completely. At that moment, Goku would enter his internal sea of energy, meeting with Noah.
Thank you for all the power you've offered me, but tell me, how will I be able to recover all your power and finish with all the gods?
Each pole of my power has a guardian. When you defeat them, the power of that pole will enter you since my essence and presence live in you.
I understand. Now let's not waste any more time. It would be better to start right now.
For the moment, it'll be better to train here, because if we mobilize, they'll be able to feel your power or even feel my essence inside you.
Is that bad? Weren't you partners?
Of course we're partners, but we never had the same ideas and ideologies, because while they were enjoying destroying and killing living beings, I love life.
And why do you have such a negative ki? I don't understand.
If in order to receive all this evil, I must be the only evil one, that I'll do it. I absorbed all the evil of the 18 universes, but thanks to this, I also have an amazing power.
Goku at that moment would be very surprised to know that this being, despite having an extremely evil power, his heart was still pure. Meanwhile, in all the 18 universes, each rebel god was in search of Son Goku, while the other gods of destruction were in a secret dimension of the Staff of his Angels.
Damn it! I never thought the day would come when we gods of destruction would be the ones hiding from other gods. This will not stay like this, because I plan to finish with those damned. They ended the life of my brother, and I plan to avenge him even if I die with them.
Returning to Goku and Vegeta, Goku at that moment had resolved each one of his doubts, and in the same way, he would observe Vegeta, who would understand quickly, that is, that both moment, the warriors would begin with a great training, to be able to recover all the power of Noah, and to finish with each one of the rebel gods. What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.